Hello, I'm Jonasz Rewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Now we begin, as always, with a look at the situation in Ukraine. Overnight, Russian forces launched more than 100 Shahed-type drones against the country. Ukrainian air defense systems destroyed most of them, but authorities confirmed 16 direct hits across Ukraine. In the port region of Odessa, 2 people were injured as a result of a Russian airstrike. The attack damaged residential buildings and energy infrastructure, leaving several towns and 1 district of Odessa itself without electricity. In Kiev, the mayor said a drone struck a non-residential building, causing a fire. In the same area, drone debris fell near an apartment building. The blast wave shattered the windows and sparked another fire. Now, on the front line, fighting continues in Mariupol, which has effectively become a large grey zone, with neither side fully in control. At the same time, in the Zaporizhzhia region, Russian forces have stepped up activity on 2 additional sectors and are expected to attempt an advance on the Orikhiv area. Moscow is also conducting offensive actions north of Mariupol, pushing westward from the junction sharing an administrative border with the Donetsk region. According to Ukrainian analysts, Russian troops based around Primorovsk are planning to advance along the Konka River, aiming to cut a key logistic route leading to Orikhiv. Simultaneously, they may attempt to move toward Orikhiv from the northeast, from the Mariupol sector. The next phase of this plan, analysts say, would be an attempt to storm Orikhiv from several directions. After that, Russian forces would aim to move as close as possible to the city of Zaporizhzhia from the southeast. Now, experts note that such an operation would require significant manpower and resources. Given Russia's current priorities on the front line and its goal of fully occupying the Donetsk region, analysts doubt Moscow can carry out all of these plans at once. For now, expanding occupied territory in the Zaporizhzhia region appears to be a secondary objective. Analysts suggest this operation is more likely an attempt to stretch Ukrainian forces thin, creating additional leverage during negotiations. According to Ukrainian military sources, Russian units are entering the city from the northwestern and southwestern directions. Ukrainian forces are operating across all parts of the city, trying to cut Russian supply lines and prevent Russian troops from bringing in reinforcements. Ukrainian officials say the operation cost Russia up to 300 soldiers a day. In early 2026, during combined air strikes on Ukrainian territory, Russian troops deployed the new Geran 5 strike drone for the first time, as reported by the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense. According to available information, the device is approximately 6 meters long and has a wingspan of up to 5.5 meters. Now, unlike previous versions of the Geran line, the drone is designed according to a conventional aerodynamic configuration, meaning the ominous delta wing shape is officially out of the window, although most of the key components remain standardized with earlier models. Geran 5 is equipped with a 12-channel Kometa satellite navigation system, a Raspberry microcomputer-based tracker, 3G/4G modems for telemetry transmission, and a Telefly jet engine, similar to the one used on the Geran 3, but with increased thrust. The warhead weighs approximately 90 kilograms and the declared range is up to 1,000 kilometers. At the same time, Ukrainian intelligence notes that it is difficult to consider the drone a completely Russian development. Significant design and technological similarities with the Iranian Karar drone have been noted, indicating continued external cooperation in the process of designing new weapons for air attacks. Also, a fun fact many people overlook: Russian weapons often use innocuous plant names, and this one's no different. Geran actually means geranium. No wonder Russia never made their own version of Gardner's World. Russian troops have once again distinguished themselves with their approach to warfare. Foreign mercenaries, including those from Africa, are being treated as expendables. They are thrown into the most dangerous areas, essentially acting as suicide bombers. According to available information, these fighters are equipped with anti-tank mines and sent towards Ukrainian positions or equipment. The goal is to provoke an explosion, expose firing points, or inflict at least minimal damage at the cost of someone else's life. One of the occupiers bluntly calls these people, and I quote, disposables. This practice highlights several things at once: an acute shortage of trained personnel, a decline in moral constraints, and the willingness of the Russian command to commit war crimes under the guise of employing volunteers. Foreign mercenaries, deprived of legal status and real choice, become living ammunition in someone else's war.
Вот смотрите, братва, вот такие вот с нами воюют войны.
Слава
Россия,
России!
Россия.
России!
Камерун с нами,
Африка.
пацаны, Камерун с нами, все. Позывной?
Камерун,
Позывной у тебя? Карлсон,
Карлсон,
Карлсон, это наш Карлсон.
О, глянь, сколько одноразочек. Еще и поют. Радостные. Ничего, сейчас на залив пойдут. По-другому запоют.
Вот такие товарищи у нас прям, блядь. Вот. What is your name?
Francis.
Уголек ты, крылашка ты сегодня. Сейчас побежит хуй, он по лесу будет скакать. Вот. Че ты очкуешь, на? Очкуй, блядь. Давай, пшел. Шо сказал? Давай, иди. Иди, сказал. Шо?
You've got to admit, this is really shocking. Never for a moment believe Russia when it says we're anti-colonial. No, Russia is the most colonial country in existence today, because its colonialism never stopped. It's actually ongoing because it's trying to colonize another country, Ukraine. It is the one nation today, the one country that still has not forgotten about being an empire and still wants to be one. So, that's basically it, right? Now, we're moving on to the next story. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine confirmed the destruction of several important enemy targets. In the Caspian Sea, direct hits were recorded on 3 Lukoil drilling platforms. The extent of the damage is yet to be clarified, but is a serious blow to the energy and logistics infrastructure of the Russian Federation. At the same time, the Ukrainian military carried out a precision strike on a Buk M3 anti-aircraft missile system launcher in the temporarily occupied territory of the Luhansk region, reducing Russia's air defense capabilities there. A logistics depot of the Russian Federation's 49th Army in the temporarily occupied territory of the Kherson region was also targeted. Striking such targets directly undermines the enemy's ability to conduct combat operations, supply troops, and hold occupied territories. And with this, we conclude this edition of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.